Set to go on offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. You and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Now they try the right side here. Bulldozes past him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run.
Drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in the conference.
First down, Broncos.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. Second down.
11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Set to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Nix to the air. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Jordan battled there defensively.
To throw, here's Nix. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Coming out now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing Nix. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
17 yards.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Here's Nix. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's taken down.
That's a really nice play to be able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 165 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos have taken the lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3. And their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Still going. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Broncos.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. And that rushing touchdown. The man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front, we're creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, look at the big man rumble. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now it's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jalen Waddle with... set to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On second down, they'll run it here. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Now he's into the clear again. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Broncos just continue to roll.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some.
It's now set to go. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll go play action with Nix. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jalen Waddle. Now the Broncos. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
And their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. As we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, They see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Working out of the gun is Nix. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw is Nix. Throwing left side, it's complete. He's still on his feet. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 59 yards. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking... Offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he'll take it into the end zone. The man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. This one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD, but of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points, and my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 20! And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play on the ground there and goes for 36 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's a give up the middle. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And the Broncos first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Still going. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided.
Now he's loose again.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
To number 22.
A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Broncos continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
This defense walks off the field. They can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Broncos,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
and they will head.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
The Broncos face a challenge this week. No one more so than their running back. There's one defender they're trying to avoid, and he's the biggest guy out there.